Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to a brand new episode of The Conversation. And today I got a pretty cool episode for you guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into it. The question is Kawhi Leonard the modern day Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan? Now, before I go into this topic, I know a lot of you guys have already thought about this. I know a lot of sports networks have done comparisons about this. But for me, I wanted to sort of look at it from a different perspective. So I'm going to be approaching this comparison in a pretty interesting way that I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy and find intriguing. So before I go too far on with my rambling, let me just go ahead and get straight into it. Now, all of you guys know that Kobe is my favorite basketball player of all time. And to me, he was the best basketball player I ever saw played live. I never got a chance to watch Michael Jordan play live, except some of his games when he was playing with the Washington Wizards. But then, he was a much older basketball player at that point in his career. And the Last Dance documentary sort of took me behind the curtains, behind the scenes, to see MJ in his prime, or at least when he was winning his championships, and to see the level in which he played with. And it was very easy for me to then do my research and go look at those years when he was winning his titles, and then look at his numbers and his stats and his efficiency and all of his accomplishments that he was garnering on his way to winning those championships. And then it was very easy to see that, in fact, Michael Jordan was better than Kobe Bryant. And it doesn't really hurt me to say that, because Kobe is great and MJ is great. For me, it's been an enriching experience to just sort of understand the legacy of Michael Jordan, already knowing the legacy of Kobe Bryant and what he was able to achieve in his career, watching him play live. I watched him win all of his championships. So it was really cool. Ever since Kobe retired, though, I think us Kobe fans were looking for who's going to be the next Kobe Bryant, right? That's what we were all thinking, because Kobe answered that question for who was going to be the next MJ, because he was pretty much an approximation of Michael Jordan. If you watch Kobe Bryant play, or if you watch Michael Jordan play, you can go online and see, comparison videos, just watching them like pull off the same move, and it's virtually the same player. It's basically the same thing, except MJ just did it at a slightly higher level and at a much more efficient just a little bit more efficiently. So since then, I've always been wondering who would be the next Kobe, and it turned out the person that came up wasn't the conventional choice, because a lot of people may think KD or Kyrie, but it turned out to be Kawhi, and Kawhi was a late bloomer in his career. He played for a number of years before he started to gain some success. And at this point in his career, playing for 8 years, he's been a two-time NBA champion, 2 times Finals MVP. But he did that at the latter stages of his career. Although his first championship he won, he was on a really great team with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. But these guys are a little bit older. It wasn't like as if it was a young Tim Duncan at that time, who was considered to be the greatest power forward of all time, and definitely one of the top 10 basketball players of all time. But Kawhi Leonard has sort of earned his stripes in the NBA, becoming a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's been on, I think he's been on 2 All-First NBA teams, 3 All-Second NBA teams. So he's been on 5 All-Defensive teams. He's playing for 8 years, so he's been a stellar defensive player. He's also led the league in steals in 2015, and he just recently won the All-Star Game MVP, and he's been a 4-time All-Star. So Kawhi Leonard is really starting to build on his legacy. Michael Jordan, you guys already know what Michael Jordan has done. 10-time scoring champion, 6-time champion, 6 times Finals MVP, 5-time regular season MVP, 3-time steals leader, one of the top 5 players in the history of scoring. So MJ's legacy, it is what it is. Same thing with Kobe, 5-time NBA champion, 2 times Finals MVP, scoring, 2-time scoring champion, has the second highest output of points in the history of the NBA with 81 points in a game. Kobe's accomplishments also speak for themselves, and he's also one of the top 5 scorers in the history of the league. And Kobe Bryant is already in the Hall of Fame right alongside Michael Jordan. But Kawhi Leonard, on the other hand, is still building his resume. Now, what makes this particular video that I'm doing right now so interesting for you guys is this. We're about to go back into the NBA season, depending on when you guys are seeing this video. We're doing this video at the end of May, and May 24th. So we're about to go back into the NBA season. And before the pause in games, the Clippers were beginning to hit their stride. And quite a number of people had actually picked the Clippers as the favorites to win the title, including me, because I believe that the LA Clippers we're going to win the NBA championship. And I still remain on that. You know, I still feel the exact same way about that. I still don't think the Clippers are going to end up winning the title. Now, what does all of this mean? What does this have to do with Kawhi Leonard and the modern day Kobe Bryant, and being the modern day Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan? Well, I'm going to give you guys some interesting numbers that I think all of you guys are going to find quite interesting. So what I decided to do was do a comparison of when Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were 28 years old. We're going to look at the seasons that they had, and we're going to look at their career accomplishments at the time. Now, let's look at Kobe's numbers in the 2007-2008 season. Kobe Bryant was playing 39 minutes a game. He scored 28.3 points a game that season. He shot 46% from the field. He was only attempting 5.1 three-pointers, making 1.8, so he shot 36% from the three-point line. He shot 84% from the free throw line that year. He got you 6.3 rebounds, 5.4 assists, and 1.8 steals a game that season. Those were Kobe's numbers at the age of 28 years old. Now, if we look at Michael Jordan at the age of 28, he was in the 1990-91 season. And in that season, MJ was, as I said, at the age 28. He played 37 minutes a game. He scored 31.5 points a game that year. He shot 54% from the field. 54, so almost 6 percentage points better than Kobe, which is just insane. And it's one of the reasons why I think Michael Jordan is better than Kobe, because he was just more efficient. He shot 31% from the three-point line. Now, before you guys say, hey, man, that's a pretty low percentage, he only attempted 1.1 a game and made 0.4. If you guys don't understand just how good of a three-point shooter Michael Jordan could have been, in the year 1994-1995 season, he shot 50% from the three-point line from the season, and in the following season he shot 42%, and in the following season he shot 37.4%. So MJ had the ability to be an amazing three-point shooter, as good as a three-point shooter as Stephen Curry if we're talking about efficiency. In that season, he averaged from the free throw line 85%. And he got you he got you 6 rebounds and 5.5 assists. Now get this, he got you 2.7 steals a game. So at 28, MJ was a monster. And he was actually putting up better numbers than Kobe Bryant. And I take no shame in saying that, but as I said before, I think Michael Jordan was better, slightly better than Kobe Bryant. At the age of 28, Kawhi Leonard is playing 32.2 minutes a game, but he's getting you 27 points a game, playing a significant amount of less minutes than MJ and Kobe did at that age, because I think it has to do with some of the health issues that he has. Nevertheless, he's shooting 47% from the field, which is a closer shooting percentage to Kobe Bryant actually. He's actually shooting 37% from the three-point line, which is also really high. He's shooting 89% from the free throw line, and he's getting you 7.3 rebounds and 5 assists and 1.8 steals. Now, the most interesting thing to bear in mind is that at the age of 28, Kobe Bryant had won 3 NBA championships, and at the age of 28, Michael Jordan had won 3 NBA championships, I think just right before he went into retirement. Now, at the age of 28, Kawhi Leonard has 2 championships, and he is 28 years old in 330 days. Now, some of you guys may say, well, he missed the boat. Well, had they not canceled the regular season, actually the championship round should be going off next month. So theoretically, if Kawhi Leonard was supposed to be in the finals, he could have won his 3rd NBA title at the age of 28, just like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Now, obviously, the season is not over, but I think that right on the dot of 28 years old, before he turns 29, I think Kawhi Leonard is going to win his 3rd NBA title. Now, what does this mean? What this essentially means is that Kawhi is actually on pace if he continues to play at a high level, continues to play on a good team with a good organization, he has a chance to at least catch Kobe in rings with 5 rings and possibly catch MJ with 6 rings. Now, I know that's a mouthful because a lot of things have to happen before that all those happen. I mean, a lot of things have to break your way. You have to have, there's a good amount of luck involved. But nevertheless, I do think he has the chance of pulling that off. And if he does pull that off, I think there's no way that Kawhi Leonard is not considered one of the greatest players of all time with that type of resume and those type of accomplishments, especially in the period, in the time frame that he was able to do that. And that's the reason why I believe Kawhi Leonard is the modern day Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, because certainly he plays very similarly to the way those two basketball players play. If you look at his movements, the way he shoots, the different points of the court that he operates from, it's pretty much the same thing as Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. And funny enough, he trained with Kobe, and that's the reason why he plays very similarly to Kobe. And we all know that Kobe Bryant got a lot of his game from Michael Jordan. So I think Kawhi is in that lineage of the Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan. He's the third version of that. He's a third generation player that we're seeing to keep that legacy alive. And there's only really been 3. We're talking about Kobe, we're talking about MJ, and Kawhi Leonard is the third person that has really come from that lineage. Although he's a small forward, he's 6'7", and those other 2 guys are 6'6", playing the two position. I think Kawhi Leonard, is cut from that same cloth. Now, it's yet to be seen, because we all know that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had a competitive fervor that was really unmatched, and their work ethic was unheard of. So it's yet to be seen. Kawhi Leonard has only played for 8 seasons. Kobe Bryant played for 20. MJ played for 14. So he has a long way to go if we're talking legacy. But if we're just talking about his chances of winning, and at the age of 28, possibly being a 3-time champ like those other 2 players I just mentioned, I think he's in a really good position to actually make that happen. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you think that Kawhi Leonard is the modern day Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and that he has a chance to really mirror their career accomplishments when it comes to championships and finals MVPs? Or do you think I'm off? Do you think it's somebody else? Do you think it's Kevin Durant or whoever? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when all of our content comes out. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.